It's officially October 1st, which means the spooky season is upon us, and to celebrate, this will be my costume for the rest of the month. I'm either a ghost or a pair of sheets that you haven't washed in a very long time. You decide which is scarier. During October, artists usually follow a prompt list so they could draw from it every single day. I found this one on Instagram a few days ago, and I was like, okay, this looks like a perfect one for me to use because it's just vague enough to where I could have creative freedom when drawing. So that's what this video is going to be, the very first prompt. Okay, so the very first prompt for this Spooktober list is pumpkin. And when I saw the word pumpkin, I automatically thought of my OC Pumpkin Boy. I haven't drawn him since last October. I'd like to think that he's a character that comes usually during the fall when everyone's pumpkin picking and everyone's really happy that they're carving out the jack-o'-lanterns and everything like that. In my head, he's like the keeper of the pumpkins, so he's the one who helps them grow happy enough to become the jack-o'-lanterns that everybody picks. And I think that that's a really cute idea for him. I really like this OC. He's extremely wholesome and absolutely adorable. I just love the way he looks in every way, shape, and form. Now, even though we have Pumpkin Boy, I can't just have him sitting alone. My goal is every time I draw him that I do draw pumpkins around him because it makes him happy as well as makes other pumpkins happy. So they kind of live in this harmony together. That's kind of weird to say, but I guess like that's the best way I could put it. So this time when I drew him, I decided to make him sitting down next to the pumpkins in like the pumpkin patch, kind of like giving them his happy energy. I'd like to think that during that one time a year, or like that one season, or like the beginning season where you do go pumpkin picking, he's giving out all his happy energy and love to the pumpkins so they could grow big and full and colorful and all that kind of stuff. And then the rest of the year he actually sleeps it off. So this way he could get even more energy for the next time he goes back and visits the pumpkins and has a great time with them. I feel like I'm not even halfway through the video and I've said pumpkin like at least 40 times. So you're gonna hear that word a lot. Sorry in advance. The color scheme that I have for Pumpkin Boy is mostly just orange, black, and white. I wanted to keep him very simple to kind of make the character stand out a little bit more, because when it comes to me making characters, I like to sometimes keep it on the simpler side with some of them. Like for him, for example, I wanted his personality to push more through, so what I did to compensate was I made his like cuteness exude through his clothing and his color choices, so this way you could see more of him. Now, you could obviously have a character that is like wearing a lot of clothes and has a big personality and stuff like that too, and then you could tell very easily what kind of character they are. But I felt like, for me personally, the simpler I would go, the more he would kind of push through. And then not only that, but the environment that he's sitting in, which is like here, like a bunch of pumpkins sitting next to him, it would push through the character even more. I also thought, of course, that the whole orange pumpkin thing is such a classic color, even though pumpkins come in like greens and yellows and all these different hues and stuff like that. It's just something very iconic about the orange Halloween pumpkin that I wanted to make sure I captured with him, because he is basically the spirit of the pumpkins. So I wanted to make sure that he really does exude that kind of energy. As for the black hair and like the white shorts and the white pants, and even his skin is like the same thing, a very pale white. I didn't want to give him a skin tone because technically he's not a human. He's just an entity that kind of watches over the pumpkins and stuff like that. And in the middle of talking about this, I actually thought, like, what other Halloween objects or things, or not even just for Halloween, but like other entities could I possibly make within this little universe? Like how he protects the pumpkins. Maybe I can make an entity for Christmas who protects like the Christmas trees and stuff like that. I think that would be a really cute idea, and then they all come together in a celebration towards the end of the year for working really hard. So I might do something like that. That sounds like a really cute idea. Now, as for some people call it Inktober, some people call it Drawtober, Spooktober. It's whatever I guess people want to do. I personally just say Drawtober because of just my personal taste. I'd rather say Drawtober. Drawing every day for 31 days, full-blown drawings. That means that it's sketched, it's inked, it's colored, all that stuff is extremely difficult. So I don't know if I'm necessarily going to be able to do all of them, but I am going to try my absolute hardest to do all of them. The only thing is I won't be able to record every single one, because then that would be me not only drawing every single one, which would take me a few hours, but then coming over to edit it every single night, which would also take a few hours, and the space that I edit and record in is not my personal space, so I won't be able to sit here all night and do that. So there's that. But on the other side, on my Instagram, I am going to be posting every single day what I'm going to be drawing from that prompt list, and I invite anybody else to try the prompt list, and you don't have to do it every single day. Just do it whichever days you feel comfortable with, or whatever like topics or like prompts that you're like, wow, I really want to draw this because I'm drawing inspiration from this word. I like really suggest anybody to do that, because I feel like not only is it something that's really fun to do, but I really feel like it works your creative muscle, because sometimes when you don't have a prompt to go off of and you just draw anything, you're kind of put in your comfort zone. But if somebody gives you a word to work off of, you're kind of forced to use something or do something that you don't normally do to fit that prompt or that word. At the end of the day, just have fun with it, because that's what I'm going to be doing. I'm going to have as much fun as possible with this. I think this drawing of Pumpkin Boy is like literally the cutest drawing I've ever done in my entire life. I really can't think of another drawing that literally makes me smile when I look at it the way I look at Pumpkin Boy. It is the cutest thing ever. Okay, so now I have my very first prompt done, and I'm really satisfied with how it came out. Now I just have 30 more prompts to do, and I really hope it goes well. I might not do all of them traditional, because traditional does take way longer, so you're going to see a lot of digital art on my Instagram to make the process a little faster. So yeah, thanks for watching, and remember, I love you. Bye.